about how much you know?
Excessive memories, getting more and more misty and murky as you go backwards.
Yeah, has that effect, doesn't it, Leeds?
Yeah. Back to basics has a lot to do with that. Yeah, so I came up to basics and things like that. And that was in the 90s. And this place is brilliant.
You were here on Saturday night, that's when
we had a good time on Saturday, yeah. I was just talking to Joe and I named it Blair It Network version 2.0 Clubhouse. There's a thing on Facebook and you have to say a few words about the venue after you've liked it. They snare you. And you have to, and that was my quote.
Does that work for you, Joe?
Saw that. Nice.
Does that work for everybody? Yeah. It works. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a Blair It Network 2.0 going on.
And it's epicenter. It's Clubhouse.
Absolutely. This is ground zero.
You brought some beautiful art up, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
nearly killed the suspension in my car bringing it all up, so I decided to paste it onto to wood. Yeah. I took the lead from the chipboard effect that was going on over there.
Yeah. Because the first thing I noticed when, apart from the art, was a T-shirt as well. Yeah,
unfortunately no money went to Orange Juice in this T-shirt because it was a knockoff from Tinterweb from China. I bought a job lot as part of my ongoing midlife crisis, which has involved buying a bass guitar.
Have you started playing it yet?
I've got a one-man punk funk group. I'm not doing the Mark King thing yet. Okay. That's to come. It's rudimentary stuff at the moment. And another part of the midlife crisis was buying loads of dodgy band T-shirts on the internet. In a sort of job lot. I don't consider it a dodgy band T-shirt. My missus does. I caught her wearing a Transmat T-shirt in bed this week.
I know, I saw that post, yeah.
Which is sacrilegious. So all my T-shirts are going to have to go somewhere sacred.
Which other dodgy bands did you get from?
I got the other one because that's a bit of a personal thing.
What was it? The uncertain
Infected.
Infected, brilliant.
Yeah. But any other thing would do. Anything that they would do, to be honest. I'm a bit of an obsessive about them.
Do you know, have you met him?
I met him. As with a lot of people I've met who I'm besotted with in the music world, I was a bumbling fool. And I met him at Richard Norris's album launch. Right. And Richard Norris has worked with everybody in the dog. Oh, yeah. And he turned, and Matt Johnson from the Doe was at Richard's album launch, and I was like, so yeah, I'm not very good with the Meet Your Heroes thing. Yeah, but there we go. Maybe I'll learn how to do it in future. I've made a mess of it so far.
But that one I like. I think that's
Orange Juice. Yeah, Orange Juice is another favourite and a great bit of graphics. I'm working on a remix at the moment with Zeke Manyika, who is the Orange Juice's drummer.
Yeah.
And he's now working with Phase Action.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's all lots of fun.
So let's take it right back to around that time. Rip it up and start again around. Because I'm guessing we're of a similar age. So
I'm 42, and I'm a child of sort of growing up with piecing my way through pre-internet kind of music culture. And things like Channel 4, Solid Soul, The Tube, the kind of two-pronged path of sort of indie kiddom and art school and suburban soul boydom. And I'm an only child, so I didn't have an older brother or anything like that, but there was a massive kind of soul scene where I grew up, suburban club scene. So that's really been my kind of 80s experience, was a two-pronged thing. Loved The Cure, loved the cheesiest Jerry Cold soul bands, you know, Collage and things that were on Solid Soul. So it's a sort of thing that made a lot of sense when the Blair It thing came along, that those two things met, and sort of black American music and white European stuff all kind of got brewed up.
And what Orange Juice were doing, you know, you go back and listen to those those Orange Juice records, Rip It Up, there's loads and loads of
Yeah,
soul.
303.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sort of sonics fanatic, so if things sound blurry, some records just sort of hit you there, and records that were on the telly around then, some of them just were, phenomenally good production-wise. Art of Noise got launched on the Tube, and graphics-wise, it was really, beautiful. Malcolm McLaren with Trevor Horn again. That record was, a kind of blueprint for me of sort of, wow, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Duck rock. So, seeing that there was someone pulling the strings behind the, the concept, the look of it, and it sounded amazing. So yeah, 80s, what a brilliant time to grow up. And then Acid House drops, and it all gets very blurry.
So what was the pivotal Acid House moment for? Because
Well, it was easy. It was Delirium. 88, February 88. Me dressed in a kind of boy bomber jacket, and sort of halfway between go-go and rare groove and a suburban warehouse party scene. Loving house records, but there were very few. And Noel Watson had Delirium at Leicester Square. CeCe Rogers was live. Kim Mazel was live. Fingers Inc. was live. We were all listening to pirate radio. We were in Chesham, which is right at the end of the Metropolitan line. Kind of, this is an hour outside London, so far out that it's kind of got nothing going on, but close enough that you can get into London. So it's a kind of hinterland of nothingness. Had lots of odd nightclubs around there, a great little kind of out of town scene. But we were all desperately trying to hear house music via pirate radio, and you had to hook up. I had to hook up my radio to the radiator, and you just about got it. And you listen to Jazzy M midweek, and Fingers Inc. were the best band around at the time. You send off, enter a competition, you get a Fingers Inc. badge. Robert Owens and Larry Heard. And we made the pilgrimage up there. We were all school kids. And they performed live. And I was like, this is the best music I've ever heard in my life. I'd already kind of was in the process of wearing out Another Side, Fingers Inc. album. And, it just floored me. And at this night, this was right at the transition of London rare groove into acid house happening. And there were this weird corner of people all flailing around. And I thought they were French students. And I didn't know what they were doing. I thought, what that lot are all up to? And now it transpires, it's like, the kind of Bermondsey, hardcore Balearic lot, all in their little corner off their chops, doing their thing. But I was in my boy jacket and sort of MA1 styly, Beastie Boy, and didn't quite get it. But 6 months later, the rest of London were doing it, and another 6 months later, the whole country were doing it.